same equipment. They do exactly the same things. And the information is passed between embassies, between police forces, and it really just doesn't matter which country you're in. So I'm at a loss as to what to do now, because I've had this happen, as I've said, in India and in France and in England and in all these countries. And having decided to come to the Middle East, if it happened there, I didn't know what to do next. So now I don't know what to do next. They cause great pain. I've got a lot of physical damage that's very evident externally. But when all these things are done externally, you're just seeing skin damage. But as well as that, obviously all the underlying tissue is affected. It shows in blood tests. It shows that you've got cell damage. It shows that you've got demyelination of nerves. It shows the typical radiation damage. It means, depending on what they do, that you lose a lot of weight, that your appearance drops, about 20 years, or gains 20 years within a couple of years. And so people may regard you as a dropout and or a drug addict or whatever they intend you to look like. And now in several countries I've had these injections done, which are just beneath the skin, and it means that those areas of the body can be targeted very accurately from vehicles or from a helicopter or from people on foot, or when they're in the next room on the balcony, or however close they're getting to wherever you're staying every single day. And it just means they can point and click the instruments a lot more easily and be sure then to be sure that they're going to hit you straight in the frontal lobes, through the forehead, all night while you're sleeping, or through your eyes all night while you're sleeping, through the soles of your feet all night while you're sleeping. And again when you're out in public. But they also can make you defecate on the spot. They can make you urinate on the spot. They can make you sweat heavily. They can raise your temperature. They can drop your temperature. They can slow down your heart rate. They can speed up your heart rate. They can make one side of the body go numb or the other. All these things are designed so that you are in poor physical shape, but it's also so that you can't function normally. It's also so that you will go and seek medical help, and obviously when you describe this list of symptoms, then the ultimate end of that is that you get a psychiatric diagnosis and they can put you away.
Which is their goal.
Which is the goal, and it's the goal worldwide. So knowing that every single one of these things, because they've done them in every single country, it's the same thing. They train people. Here in the Middle East, Thursday nights are very bad. Days, because that's when people are free, because that's their weekends. And in the West, it's Friday nights and Saturdays and Sundays that are really bad, because again, people are free from their other activities, and they're training endless people. Okay. Normal civilians, young people. It's only electronic equipment. It is only equipment that can produce frequencies. And there are subtle frequencies which they use to directly affect, which they use via the acupuncture points on the body, or there are...
Janet? Janet? Hello? Hello?
She might have gotten knocked off.
I think her card must have run out.
Okay, we're going to have to move on to the next person. I'll pick up with Janet later. She did submit photos to the Edge, and I will be posting those. Her injuries are extremely severe, and I think when all of you see that, you won't believe what you're seeing. It's she must be in an incredible amount of pain. We're going to wait and go on to James right now. James?
Okay. My name is James. I'm from Wichita, Kansas. I had victim, as far as I know, since probably around the year 2000. I too have implants. I have x-rays of the implants. I have a inner ear cochlea biosensor voice duplicator. It's comparable to Harold Holt's, which is online. I have x-rays. I'm an inventor. I made a method and apparatus for the sterilization of as well as pop cans, beer cans, and Conagra cans pre-consumer. My purpose watching me strategically eavesdropping in on my private life, using remote influence as well as slight mind control. Once he had seen the invention had been made, he then moved to invest in the invention to get a stronger foothold, unknowing to myself or my ex-fiance. We had, no idea that this was going on. We were in a very strong relationship. Seeing the invention develop, we design it. This posterior for the patenting of it. That's like disclosing the documents to the governments, things like that. Once he saw that it was, he invested some money, like I said, for us. He had conveniently walked up to me and told me that our harassment and that we
James, you're fading a little bit.
he had started harassing me, or walked up and told me he was going to harass me, and that there would be basically nothing that I could do about it. And after he had to see that he was going to, start harassing me, sure enough, the harassment started. It started in with the heart palpitations, physical disruptions, like that. He had, by using influence, he had found a way to actually do my fiance at the particular time, led her away with lies and so forth. But she was 2 months into the 4th year of our relationship.
She was what, James? We lost you. You keep cutting out.
She was 2 months pregnant in our 4th year of our relationship. He had basically told me that if I didn't give him the invention, that he would murder her as well as our baby. In the middle of the night, she sat up and grabbed her stomach, or how bad her pain was, lifted her shirt, and sure enough, there was about 3 inches across, almost in a perfect circle, and
what was it?
Cauterized.
What was it, James?
Was a microwave burn. Right below, actually, right on her stomach, her uterus area where the child was at. Sure enough, it had sonograms and confirmed that the child had been cauterized inside of her. She had pregnancy tests that we, and as well as a doctor that confirmed her pregnancy. She was just entering her second, well, actually she was 2 months, so she was just shy of her second trimester pregnancy. And he laughed and said, "I'll kill your whole family."
I'm sorry, I'll kill your whole family?
Yes, that's exactly what he had said. Sure enough, my grandmother was 91 years old. My aunt is a registered neurologist and has been for over 30 years. And she has seen lots of people come and go. And she's a caretaker. She had been taking care of my grandmother. And when I had went to the funeral in Illinois, she had said that it was the most horrible thing she has ever seen. Jimmy, your temperature climbed to over 108 degrees, and she beat.
Jim,
Yeah.
James, you're